FilmPulse.net podcast. This is episode number 116. My name is Adam. With me today, as always, we have Kevin. How are you, Kevin?
I'm doing fantastic.
Well, it's that time of year once again to do our summer movie predictions. So we'll be getting Ryan Holes, the star of Ryan Watches a Movie, back on the show to join us. And we'll also be going over this week's movie predictions and DVD and Blu-ray releases. But first, let's talk about some of what we've been watching. Kevin, kick it off. Kick it off this week.
Oh, we're starting with me, huh?
Oh, real quick. I just wanted to throw this out there. A new site design is up, so head on over to the website. We got a brand new look. I think you're all gonna like it a lot. So check it out and let us know what you think.
I finally got around to watching Anchorman 2.
And I looked at your Letterboxd review, and it looks like you pretty much think the same thing I did about it.
Pretty much. I mean, when it just focuses its humor on, the real story at hand, the 24-hour news channel, and how journalism has become such a steaming pile, it's fantastic. It's like absolute perfection. I love it. But it takes way too many of these little offshoot detours.
Now,
I mean, the whole Ron Burgundy with his boss, Linda, and like that whole family dinner thing, just like in all those little offshoots like that, and him raising Dobie the shark. And when he goes blind and he lives out in the lighthouse, like all that to me felt like they were just trying really hard.
I also didn't like the Steve Carell, Kristen Wiig.
Oh, that was terrible.
Thing. I didn't.
Which I was really confused because I'm thinking, okay, so you want a female version of Brick, and I'm just thinking to myself, why don't you just put more Brick in the movie? Like if that's what you're going for, just have Brick be in it more.
Yeah, I wasn't into. Now, what version did you see?
I have no idea. I don't fucking know anymore. I'm getting sick and tired of this with movies. I watched whatever the DVD was, and I don't know what the DVD was. So in my mind, I watched Anchorman 2, The Legend Continues.
Did they say?
I'll leave it at that.
Did they say fuck like more than just once?
I don't know.
Were there any musical numbers?
There was no musical numbers. I don't think. Well, he sang some song to Dobie when he let Dobie out.
So you actually saw the theatrical version.
Okay.
So you saw the original one because I read that because I saw the R-rated version and there's like a big musical number in there, which is pretty funny.
I do, however, the end. The end was everything that I've ever wanted. Wanted. It's just, I mean, I love how they brought the whole fight thing back, and it's just more ridiculous than last time. There's a Minotaur.
Yep.
There's ghosts. There's guns from the future. Sparklers. Oh my God. It's just amazing.
Yep.
It could have just been that, honestly. Just that, and I would have been happy. It's just stupid fun.
Yeah, I mean, I still recommend checking it out.
I just love this stupid fun. And everything that Brick says, I love. Especially at the fight when he's just like, when I'm done with you, my mom's going to pick me up and I'm going to go home. I don't know. To me, that's the funniest thing. And when he couldn't stop laughing.
Yeah.
When they were in the Winnebago.
I don't remember that. That might not have been in the cut that I saw.
They were telling stories from the past, and he kept telling stories about 10 years in the future.
Oh God. Yeah, I would say check it out.
Yes. I mean, if you're into that humor, you're gonna like it. If you're not a Will Ferrell McKay fan, you don't care anyways. You weren't ever going to check this film out.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You already know.
Exactly. Well, one that I probably can't recommend checking out is called Don Peyote, and this just came out on video on demand, and it's directed by Dan Fogler. And I actually like him a lot. And it stars Dan Fogler. Also stars Anne Hathaway, Jay Baruchel, Josh Duhamel's in there. A bunch of other little cameos like with Topher Grace and Abel Ferrara. This is a weird movie. So it's basically a drug trip movie about a guy who he runs into a homeless person who's clearly kind of schizophrenic, on something, has something terribly wrong with him. The homeless guy sweats all over him, and he
Okay.
somehow picks up this psychotic, I don't know what you want to even call it, and goes through this insane transformation where he basically just loses his mind. And you never really know what's real and what's not, what's in his head, what's really going on.
Hmm.
It's just all this kind of just straight up psychedelic, absurdist drug trip. And a lot of it works, or some of it works. It's very funny, but the thing about it is it's just so fragmented. Like you never really know what the hell is going on. There's some really good dialogue, some really interesting conversations because he turns out to be kind of obsessed with conspiracy theories and learning about conspiracy theories and things like that. So there's some really interesting conversations throughout the movie, but it just really doesn't go anywhere, and it feels when you watch a movie like this and it just has no direction and it's just kind of it feels almost like vignette after vignette. It starts to feel boring because you have no concept of where this is heading.
Yeah.
And I don't generally like drug trip movies either, so I had a problem with that. I don't like movies that take place in like fantasy in someone's head. Like
Yeah,
I don't
when you can't tell if it's
yeah, I mean, like sometimes it's okay to include like a hallucination or something in a movie, but when it's an entire movie of just hallucination after hallucination, I don't know. For some reason, it just doesn't gel. It doesn't gel with me.
no.
Also, there's like it's narrated by Dan Fogler,
Oh, come on.
and
You can't narrate hallucinations.
I didn't. Yeah, that I didn't. He reads it as if he's telling a story.
Oh God.
So
I'm
that I
out.
wasn't too into that either. And then there's a lot of crazy stuff that they do. Like they have like animation in it, and he breaks the fourth wall,
Nope. I'm
and
out.
like Anne Hathaway, because he's kind of like he goes on this hallucination, and I guess he's watching like Entertainment Tonight or one of those shows, and they're talking about Anne Hathaway. So in his hallucination, he imagines Anne Hathaway as this like secret agent that has these that knows like all the secrets of the universe and stuff, and imparts these secrets onto him, and it's really weird. It's sometimes funny, but overall, it's kind of a mess.
Mm,
So we will have a review for that up on the site at some point. I gave it to Todd to review. So
poor guy.
yeah.
So, so, real quick, what do you think it's gonna be?
Oh
Since it was
God.
given, I think it's gonna be a two.
Given
Yeah,
what
two.
Todd, because I think I also gave Todd Inside the Mind of Charles Swan III,
Yeah,
and
I remember him not
yeah,
liking
and
that.
he hated that. He gave it like a one. And to me, it's kind of similar in a lot of ways.
Oh,
It's better.
that's
I think it's better. I like the way it was shot. It was shot had a very low budget look, almost looked like a documentary. A
okay.
lot of it felt unscripted,
Hmm,
and so I liked certain aspects of it. I didn't hate everything about it.
okay. All right. I see that it has Wallace Shawn in it, so I'm gonna make the segue and say that I saw the double, which also has Wallace Shawn, which brings me to a quick point. Wallace Shawn should be in more films.
I agree.
I just his voice alone makes me a happy person. Honestly, I don't know why, I don't know what it is, but I want more Wallace Shawn. So you also saw the double too,
I did.
if I'm correct.
Yeah, I did.
And I actually have a review up on the site.
All right. So
So I'm wondering what you thought of this.
I loved this movie. So
Oh, fantastic. Good.
I was a big fan of Submarine, so I knew I was kind of excited going into it. I like Richard Ayoade. I think he's funny. I think he's clever, and I think he's a really talented guy. So I was interested to see how this was going to play out. I didn't know anything about it going into it other than the obvious where he meets his doppelganger. That's all I knew.
Yeah.
The highlight for me about this movie was the look. I
Yes.
loved everything about this is one of these movies where you can take a screenshot of any frame and it looks amazing. And
It,
it had kind of a Terry Gilliam feel to it.
there, there's a lot of influences that you can spot out. But yeah, that's a big one. Is Gilliam.
And I love the style where you never really had an idea of when this took place, because
Hmm.
some of it felt kind of like an alternate future, some of it felt like it was an alternate past where it felt very 80s.
Yes, it had did have a big 80s feel, especially with the TV
The
show that
TV
he kind of
shows.
watched, which I want
Yeah,
now, Ayoade. Do you make that a feature or at least like maybe a short film on the DVD? Like,
that
see,
would,
now I
yeah.
gotta check out the DVD right off the bat just to see if that's on there because I want to see more of that show.
Yeah, looks incredible. The as far as like the actual plot, I I
It's pretty predictable.
yeah, I
I mean, it's
mean,
your standard doppelganger
right.
identity,
I didn't think
dueling identity, or whatever you want to say.
I didn't think it was amazing, but I was interested. It kept me interested, and I figured out what how he was gonna do it at the end. Like I figured out the ending before it happened, but I
Hmm.
still think that it was a really clever way to do what he did.
Well, I also, like you said, the style. So, like in my review, I said that, the narrative sort of plays out. It's rather predictable. You've seen it before with doppelgangers and dual identities and all this and that. And like you, pretty much from the outset, you knew how it was going to play out at the end. But the way that he filmed everything throughout is just like that's what kept me interested. And the story itself was just interesting enough that I wasn't like, oh, this is stupid. But man, the filming in this is just because, like you said, I like Ayoade. I think he's funny, but this is one of these films that like just screams out that he has a shit ton of style.
Oh yeah, and I think that, and when looking at this compared with Submarine, it's a completely different movie. Like it
Hmm.
has a completely different look and tone, and I think that I'm just really excited for whatever he has coming out
Yeah,
next, because
he's on my list now.
yeah, I think that he's gonna do some really amazing things, and I love the music in this movie. I thought that
Hmm.
the music was amazing. Um, the just going back to the visual style, I loved all the framing choices that he used, but one of the big standouts is the color palette in this movie. The use of color and shadow.
Yeah,
I mean, it was just like off the charts, and
and there's a lot of like color coding where
mm-hmm.
things are sort of bathed in blue when he's talking about depression and loneliness, and then for a little bit there, it sort of turns into these bright yellows and amber colors. And there's some red in there with the rage issues and everything.
And
It's fantastic.
it's actually really funny too. I mean,
Yes.
that should be pointed out that
There's
that it is very funny. It's got this kind of dry humor to it that I love.
I loved when he's watching the commercial with his mother. And his
And she's like,
mother's like,
which one
which one
was
was
you?
you? I don't even know how to answer that. The one that's me?
Uh, but it was really weird too. I mean, it was an
Oh,
it was a very odd movie. A lot of weird, absurd things happen,
hmm.
and I
Yes.
was eating all of that up. So
I loved it. I loved it. It also reminded me of my high school years.
yeah, yeah, he was very awkward in that
It's
movie.
very awkward. People didn't know that he existed.
Yeah.
Ah, good times.
Yeah, I would definitely recommend checking out the double. It's playing on video on demand right now, so highly recommend that. May end up on my top 10 of the year.
I think it might on mine as
I
well.
guess the big question
But
is this or Enemy?
they're both different beasts. Oh, I'm gonna say equal. I'm gonna say they're tied.
Yeah, I was thinking about that after I watched this, and I was like, yeah, man, I don't know. I like them both a lot, so
I think well, the double has more humor to it, but it doesn't have Jake Gyllenhaal freaking out about blueberries.
Blueberries.
So
Yeah,
I don't know if it is as funny
I don't
or
know.
funnier than Enemy.
I don't know.
Because I mean, bitching about blueberries is pretty funny.
Uh,
Conventional blueberries.
yeah, conventional blueberries. I saw a movie that just came out this weekend called App, as in like iPhone or Android app.
I would like to say that from just that snippet that you gave me, that this is terrible. Am I correct?
It's average. It's not. It's actually not terrible.
Okay.
It's pretty average. Like it's actually quite well made. Like the special effects are good. You know, like the gore effects. It is. I wouldn't say it's necessarily a horror movie. More of a thriller. It's sort of like I think in my review, which is up on the site, I said that it's like a bad version of Her mixed with a good version of Transcendence, where it's about a an app that's like Siri. In this movie, it's called Iris, and she gets installed onto this girl's phone. And at first, she's like, "Oh, this thing's pretty cool. Like, I don't know how it ended up on my phone, but it's cool." It was like helping her with questions at school and stuff. But then eventually, it starts to kind of spiral out of control, and it starts to basically mess with her life, and it becomes more and more powerful, and it eventually gains the ability to jump from like her phone into other computers, other phones, and causes a lot of terrible things to happen.
Hmm.
The interesting thing about this movie is that it's the first movie that actually utilizes a second screen experience. So, what you do is when you watch the movie, you load up the app on your phone, your actual phone.
Is it called the app?
You know what? I had a really hard time finding the app because I kept typing in the iTunes store. I kept typing in like app, and it would be like 20,000 results, and I would type app movie, and it would be like 3,000 results, and I'm like, what the hell? So eventually, I ended up going to the movie's website and using that link to download the app. So I had some
Wow.
difficulty, but at any rate, what it does is you load up the app when you start the movie, and it uses your phone's microphone to sync with where you're at in the movie.
Oh, okay.
So it stays in sync with the movie. That that's pretty cool. And what it'll do is periodically it'll buzz as if you are receiving a text message, and you look at your phone, and it'll give you kind of like supplemental material that goes along with the movie. But some of the really cool stuff that it does is it uses like alternate camera angles. So you're watching the movie, your phone will buzz, you look at your phone, and it'll show you a different angle of what you're seeing on your TV or on the movie screen. And one of the coolest things that it does is it will periodically switch your phone to the view of the main character Anna's phone. So we can actually see what's coming through her camera phone.
Okay.
And it's actually really cool. It makes like the whole movie a lot more immersive. The only problem I had with it is that there just wasn't enough of it. Like
Mm,
it only gives you like maybe a dozen different things throughout the movie. And I understand that they don't want to do it too much because then people would just be staring at their phone and not
yeah.
watching the movie. But I just kind of wanted some more out of it. And it does actually enhance the experience. I was thinking that, oh, it's probably just, you know, dumb supplemental stuff that you don't really need. And for the most part, it is. But there's some things that actually give you clues as to how the movie's going to play out.
Ah.
Like it'll intercept text messages between characters, and you're just like, "Oh, okay, so that person knows that person. I wonder what's going on there." So it's
Mm,
kind of cool how it works. And like there's a scene at a party where they show like a whole bunch of people like texting each other, and it'll intercept those text messages between those kind of secondary characters and show us what they're saying.
okay.
So
All right.
it's a really cool little gimmick. I mean, it certainly is just that. It's a gimmick.
Yeah.
And the movie itself is just a pretty average thriller, but it's still pretty fun. I mean, it's something new. I've never experienced something like that before. So, kudos to them for doing it. It's a Dutch film.
Oh.
Yeah. So, I'd recommend checking it out. If you do decide to rent it, it's on video on demand. I would definitely recommend using the app with it because it'll make it more fun.
Okay.
You don't have to though. I should
Oh,
mention that. Like it doesn't. It's not like you're gonna miss big important things if you don't use the app.
gotcha.
But I kind of wish you would. You know, like if this is what you're going for, if this is the movie that you're trying to make,
Yeah, make it
then
an
make it
integral part,
mandatory. Make it that you have to use the app with it.
and that it has to be the app only works on a Dutch phone.
Yeah. Well.
That'd be fun.
So at any rate, I think I gave it like a 5.5. It's light, very light recommend.
Okay. All right. I saw Summer of Blood, which again you also saw as well.
Yeah.
This is I think this finishes up our Septian
Mm-hmm.
thing that we had going on here. So this is written, directed, produced, edited by Owner Tuckle. Plays Eric Sparrow, who's a bit of a dick. Well, not really bit. He's a
He's a
huge
huge
dick.
dick.
He's a huge dick that really doesn't deserve anything that he has in his life. And of course, he lives in Bushwick. And, halfway through the movie, in an alleyway, he gets bitten by a vampire and becomes a vampire. So it's like a much, much, much better version of Only Lovers Left Alive.
Wow.
Much better version.
I'm really
Of
surprised
the
that you said that.
Yeah, this is much better. I mean, it doesn't look as good. It's really low
It's
budget.
mumblecore. I mean, let's be
Yeah,
honest.
it's kind of mumblecore.
It's very mumblecore. Other than the vampire stuff, it's mostly just people having conversations, pointless conversations about relationships in life.
Yeah, but it's actually sort of funny.
Oh, it's yeah. I don't mean to say that in a bad way. It's hilarious. I like this movie a whole lot.
Yeah, I find it funny that, well, it starts off with his character he's out to dinner with his girlfriend, and his girlfriend proposes
I'm just laughing
marriage to
thinking
him,
about it.
proposes marriage to him, which the way that he reacts to this proposal is
Uh,
just outstanding. The fact that he calls it her attempt at post-feminism. Oh God. And just quickly says no, backpedals. And then as they're walking home, she bumps into, I guess, like a old college buddy or something. And then she goes off with him to have drinks and stuff. And he's left alone. He doesn't do anything at his job. He's an all-around terrible person, really.
yeah, he's a dick.
And becoming a vampire makes him kind of better.
A little bit better. I don't.
Kind of.
I don't think it really does make him better. I think it makes him better at manipulating people.
Yes. And sex.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah, it makes him a better lover.
That's pretty much it.
I think he's
Uh,
at his core. He's still a dick.
yeah, he's still an asshole. Um, it's just fun. It's a funny film. It's a great New York film. The whole vampire thing is it doesn't really exist for any
No.
reason
Well, not really.
except for like one scene where him and the guy, the original vampire that turned him, are sharing someone's jugular.
I love when he asks him to wash his back, and he's like, "What?"
Just lapping up from the jugular, and they're just having a conversation while this is happening.
Now there
Um,
were a lot of really funny, just kind of little throwaway lines and stuff that he said. I mean, everything he said was hilarious, I thought.
yes,
And is he from Maryland? Is he from that area?
I think he is as
Because
well.
he's got the accent
Yeah.
for sure. But there's a lot of funny lines, but there's two that I wrote down after they happened because they really made me laugh. One was babies are worthless.
Oh, that's what it was. I thought it was children, but that was my favorite as well.
Babies are worthless. And the other one was when he was talking about praying towards the end of the movie with another vampire, and he says that praying's like sitting on Santa's lap every night. I just
Oh, God.
yeah, it's really really funny.
And I did enjoy when he attacked the one kid when he's out, late
And
night
he's
looking
like
for blood.
and he's feeding on him and having the conversation.
He's like, what are you, a student? No, I dropped out. Oh, you dropped out. Should have stayed in school.
Yeah.
And as he's petting his head. Oh God.
I don't know what the status is of this movie, like when it's going to be coming out or anything,
But
but
check it out
yeah,
when it does.
yeah,
It's it's just a fun little movie.
yeah. I definitely recommend checking it out. Highly recommend it, actually. The only other one I wanted to mention was one called Evil Speak. This just got a Blu-ray release. It came out
Ooh,
in 1981. Stars Clint Howard as
okay.
his parents were killed and he got sent to a military school, and
Okay.
he is kind of picked on. He's like the nerd, and he's bullied, mercilessly bullied, and he ends up finding this book, and he is taking a computer class, and he starts to translate the book, and he realizes that it's like this ancient text that can evoke the devil, and he evokes the devil in order to kill all the people that did him wrong, and
Hmm.
it is so
I want to see
so
this.
amazing. It
I want to see
I
this.
highly recommend this movie.
You make this happen.
It is so ridiculous. The end sequence is it's sort of like Carrie. I mean, it's very very similar to Carrie, but it's just Clint Howard, and
Which is better?
yeah,
That's better.
the end of the movie is a nonstop bloodbath where there's just heads flying off left and right. It is insane.
Wow.
And the one bully is the guy from that 70s show as a very young man.
Who? Who are you talking about?
It the what's his,
Oh, Don Stark.
yeah, the neighbor. He's the neighbor with the perm.
Fantastic. Does he have a perm in this movie?
No, he doesn't.
Oh, damn it.
No, when you see him, I mean, you'll recognize him, but he just looks so much younger. But either
I
way,
want to see Evil Speak. This is by the guy that just did Hyenas.
hyenas.
That's his latest movie.
Yeah,
Hyenas.
don't know anything about that.
It's about a roving clan of shape-shifting human hyena creatures
Oh,
prowling hunt for human prey.
okay, all right, I'm on board.
How do
So,
you not want to see that as well?
Evil Speak from 1981. Check it out.
Oh man, I want to see this.
All right, let's go ahead and jump into our summer movie predictions. So, what we do here is we each list off our what we think are going to be the top 10 grossing movies of the summer. We're starting on May 2nd and it goes up through Labor Day. As usual, we're getting a late start. I don't think we've ever done this prediction thing on time.
No,
I'm pretty,
no.
pretty sure we're late every.
Yeah.
Ryan, welcome back to the show. How you doing?
Uh, um, pretty good.
Good. That's good to hear, man. So we're scoring this off of the time travel reviews scoring system for their summer movie prediction, summer movie poll thing. So it's kind of a complicated system where you get you get 10 points for like having number 1 and number 10, and then if you get any number on, you get so many points, and if you're one off, you get so many points. It doesn't matter really. We'll just list off.
Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter.
We'll talk about it more at the end of the summer when we calculate the scores. Now, last year I was the big winner. If I remember correctly, I won by like a pretty big margin last
Yeah,
year.
I think because what I picked planes last year. I think.
Yeah, yeah. Well, did you learn your lesson? Because
Nope.
there's a new
Planes.
planes.
Nope. Planes 2's on my list. God damn it.
I know I had at least 2 movies that didn't even come out at all.
Yeah,
Yes.
I remember. Yeah, I remember you picked 300 too, which didn't even come out, and there's like something else too. Yeah, I remember. And then was it last year that we did GI Joe? No, that was the year before.
I, mm,
Because I remember I think we all had GI Joe on the list one year, and then there was another one that ended up not coming out.
I
But,
just
well,
remember losing terribly every year.
I'm pretty sure this year everything on my list at least is going to be coming out, but we'll see. So, do we want to start with number 10, work our way up to 1?
We'll work our way up.
Okay, and I think that we'll talk about maybe some other ones because I do have kind of a bigger list here of movies that are just coming out, like big movies that could be coming out. So we'll just try to go over everything, see what our thoughts are on these movies. Now, it should be noted that these are not the movies that we want. This isn't a number list of how we want it to be. It's just what we think the top grossing movies are going to be.
It should be
Exactly.
said that pretty much like 80% of the films on my list I probably won't be seeing.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I'll be seeing all of them, of course, but I probably won't like it. So, all right, number 10s. Ryan, we'll start with you. What do you have for number 10?
Million Ways to Die in the West.
Million Ways to Die in the West, the new Seth
Ooh.
MacFarlane.
Okay.
That could be a contender.
All right.
I don't think people like Seth MacFarlane enough to want to go see this movie, but
We
so
we
it
saw
didn't quite.
didn't we think the same thing with Ted? Didn't Ted make the
No,
list?
Ted was on my list.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I thought
I
Ted actually made it the one year.
yeah, Ted did very well. So maybe this one will as well. I don't know.
Let's see.
Kevin, what's your number 10?
I'm gonna go Transformers.
Transformers. That's much higher on my list,
Yeah.
actually.
I just
So,
there's a part of me that thinks people are maybe getting tired of this. I don't know.
well, the odd thing about this new Transformers is, granted, I don't have cable, so maybe Ryan, you can answer this, but I haven't seen any marketing other than that one trailer.
The first trailer I saw was Friday when I went to see Amazing Spider-Man 2. I
Yeah,
haven't
like
seen any on TV at all.
that's kind of crazy because normally with a big summer movie, they're cranking out the
Yeah.
marketing like
It's just
crazy.
nonstop.
And all I've seen is one trailer, like no clips, no, where they release like 50 different character posters, none of that stuff.
Their synergy with Burger King or whatever the hell they do.
Yeah.
Yeah, they always pick like some company and
Oh, yeah.
it's nonstop.
Yeah, I haven't seen any of that. So I don't know if that bodes well, but
Hmm.
I took a big gamble and it's much higher on my list. So my number 10 is Maleficent, the new Disney movie.
Ooh.
Yeah, I think people are going to go see it, but does not appeal to me whatsoever. Ryan, what's your number 9?
Guardians of the Galaxy.
It's probably a good bet. Kevin, what's your number 9?
My number 9 is A Million Ways to Die in the West.
Okay. And my number 9 is Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Ooh.
Yeah, I think that one's gonna land somewhere on the list depending on how good it is. Because I think that people will see it even if they're not necessarily into Michael Bay or, I don't know.
It's not on my list. I
Did you say
don't
it's not on your list?
know. I think it's gonna be a big failure.
It's like I kind of want it to be a big epic failure.
Zero.
Like because I'm a huge fan of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, but I feel like this new one
I know
does not. It just doesn't look like it.
there's a whole new crowd of young kids that are into Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Yeah, see
so
that's the reason it ended up on my list because it's still popular. So there's
Yeah.
like that new Nickelodeon show that's very popular. So I think that it has potential to make a lot of money.
and with those movies, it's always difficult because if you have kids, it's not a matter of whether people want to go see it. A lot of these parents are just forced to take
Oh
their
yeah.
kids to go see it, just to shut their mouths.
Uh, Ryan, your number 9 was Guardians of the Galaxy. I think that will end up somewhere on the list. I'm really rooting for that movie. I think it looks really fun, and it's actually my number 8. So
Oh, you're gonna jump right into 8. You're gonna break
yeah,
it up.
yep. Kevin, what's your number 8?
My number 8 is Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Oh, there you go. And Ryan, what's your number 8?
Just tomorrow.
Edge of Tomorrow. So that's the
What
new
the fuck is Edge of Tomorrow?
that's the new Tom Cruise one.
Oh, okay.
It didn't make it on my list, but I think that could be like a dark horse. I think that has potential, just because of Tom Cruise and Emily Blunt, sci-fi action movie.
I think it looks absolutely fucking terrible.
Yeah, I'm not too into the idea where it's like Groundhog Day. It's like a science fiction
It's
Groundhog Day.
I love it.
It's like Kevin was talking about with Godzilla. It's like Groundhog Day. but not funny.
Oh God.
Groundhog Day with Tom Cruise.
Kevin, what's your number 7?
My number 7 is How to Train Your Dragon 2.
That's much higher on my list.
That's high on my list.
I think that How to Train Your Dragon 2 is going to be huge because the first one was very well received critically and it made a shitload of money. And I think that there's a lot of anticipation for the sequel.
I would like to, point out two things. Number one, I don't really know about any of these movies. This isn't really my area. And number two, I made this list honestly like 10 minutes ago because I actually forgot to do it.
Coming up with excuses already for your list. Well,
I think
actually,
I think I'm actually gonna do better this time because I didn't really put any thought into it.
That could be. That could be. It seems like the more thought you put into it, the worse
Obviously,
you do.
I picked planes last year.
Yeah, that one I'm not sure how that.
I know exactly how that happened.
Well, the thing about this year is that there's no clear cut number 1, number
No.
2. Like this year, I feel like there's a lot of movies that could potentially make a lot of money, but I really don't know. There is no Dark Knight Rises this year.
No.
Ryan, what's your number? What are we on, 7?
Maleficent.
Maleficent? Okay. My number 7's Dawn of the Planet of the Apes. I think that'll
That's your
do
number
pretty
what
good.
now?
What?
Yeah, that's your number what now?
7.
7. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
I think that I want to see it just for the motion capture alone. I think that it looks ridiculous. Have you seen any trailers for this,
No.
Ryan?
Nope.
No? Check out some trailers for that. It looks pretty good. And I really like the first one, surprisingly. So, all right. Ryan, what's your number 6?
Dawn of the Planet of the Apes.
Nice. Kevin, what's your number 6?
My number 6 is 22 Jump Street.
Okay, that's interesting because I originally had 22 Jump Street as my number 6, and just last night I replaced it with Neighbors because Neighbors brought in $55 million this weekend
Wow.
in its opening weekend. So I was like, shit, Neighbors is blowing up. So
I didn't that's a movie I didn't even think of.
yeah, so I actually put Neighbors on there. Like I said, I originally had 22 Jump Street. Normally there's at least one R-rated comedy on there on the list. So I think that 22 Jump Street has potential, but
You just killed my confidence. Confidence is gone. I don't want to do this anymore. Stupid.
all right, number 5, I have Godzilla.
Godzilla at 5.
Yeah. What do you have, Kevin?
5, I have Spider-Man 2.
Spider-Man 2. And Ryan, what do you have?
Godzilla.
Godzilla. All right. Hopefully we'll hit that one. I think that Godzilla has potential, but I feel like those types of movies, I mean, looking at Pacific Rim last year, that didn't make anywhere. I don't even think that was close to being on the list last year.
Let's see. And confidence is shot. It's gone. It's gone.
So I take it that's some foreshadowing of your
Yep.
top 4. Okay. Number 4, I have X-Men Days of Future Past.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Ryan, what do you have?
Amazing Spider-Man 2.
Okay. And Kevin, what do you have for number 4?
Number 4, I have Guardians of the Galaxy.
Okay. I hope you're right for that.
I mean, these movies just seem to just make money.
Yeah.
I did, the people that go to see Iron Man and everything, they're gonna go see it.
Yeah. I mean, I'll go see it regardless,
Yeah.
I think the only superhero movie that I didn't see in the theater was Green Lantern. That one I was just like, nope, I had no interest. But like all the Marvel stuff, I'll go see it.
That's what it seems like now. Is Marvel could put out anything. If it seems like nowadays, they'll just put it out and people will go see it.
But
Yeah.
it's Sony, not Marvel.
Well,
And that's
technically it's sort of Marvel. Spider-Man is Sony, X-Men is Fox, and then Guardians of the Galaxy is Marvel Studios, which is owned by Disney. But with Spider-Man 2, Neighbors beat it this weekend. So
God damn it.
So I'm not sure. I mean, it does have the early advantage because it came out,
Yeah.
very early. So it's got that going for it. The other thing to consider is the release dates for some of these movies. Like Guardians of the Galaxy, the reason it's lower on my list is because it comes out towards the end of the summer. It comes out, I
Yeah.
think, mid-July or something.
Oh, I just wanted to point out earlier when I said Transformers Age of Extinction, I mispronounced it. It's actually Neighbors. So if you want to fix that, that'd be great.
What do you think, Ryan? Should we allow Kevin to amend his list?
No, you can't let me do that.
Okay, all right. We won't allow it. So wait, what are we on?
He's
Did we get
gonna
it?
win. He's still gonna win.
We did number 4. That's what we just did.
Yes. No.
All right.
I don't think, did we get everyone's fours?
Yeah,
Ryan, what's your four?
Amazing Spider-Man 2.
mine was X-Men, and what was yours, Kevin?
Guardians of the Galaxy. All right, here we go.
Number 3, I have Spider-Man 2, which after looking at the numbers this weekend, I'm really calling that into question.
Yeah, that's your planes.
And also, what we were just talking about, how I would go see any superhero movie. I may not go see Spider-Man 3.
I haven't seen any
That's
of
a
these
good
reboots.
possibility.
Did you? Oh, you said you just saw Spider-Man 2, Ryan. What did you think of it?
I didn't like it at all.
I didn't like it either. That's crazy.
It looks terrible.
Yeah. So, Kevin, what was your number 3?
My number 3 is Dawn of the Planet of the Apes.
And Ryan, was your number 3?
How to Train Your Dragon 2.
You're a dick.
That's Ryan. I think your list is
Yeah,
looking
no,
pretty good this year.
he's looking good. I don't like this.
I did.
Well, who knows? I mean, our lists are. I remember. I think last year was just a fluke that I got so many that were on the list and close to being right. Because normally, I mean, you never know. It's
What?
always completely off. It's impossible to predict.
Well, I think it also helped that like half of Ryan's movies that he picked actually didn't come out. And then once again, I know I've said it a couple times, I picked planes. So,
Oh my god! All right, I have Transformers 4 at number 2.
wow.
I don't.
Two.
I don't. This was the top like 3 were really difficult for me this year because I didn't have any. There weren't any clear standouts to me. But historically, even Transformers 3, critics shit all over that movie, and it still made an assload of money.
That's true.
So I feel like maybe Dinobots will sell some tickets. I don't know. Kevin, what was your number 2?
My number 2 is Godzilla.
Godzilla. And Ryan, what was your number 2?
X-Men.
X-Men.
It's probably the only movie on my list that I'm excited to see.
I'm pretty excited for X-Men, and I'm really excited for Guardians. Well, the rest, I'm just like, meh.
Yeah.
The main
definitely-
ways that I'm the West.
Oh, yeah, I want to see that, too. That's not on my list, but I think it looks funny. I just like the premise. Number 1s, here we go. Ryan, what's your number 1?
Transformers.
Transformers?
Wow.
It might be. It very well may be.
It might be.
Kevin, what's your number 1?
X-Men.
X-Men? Okay. And I have How to Train Your Dragon 2 as my number 1 pick.
Ooh.
I hope
Yeah.
X-Men is number 1.
I'd be really surprised if X-Men was number 1. Really surprised. Because I think that it will get... Because the last couple X-Men movies, including the Wolverine movie that came out, they didn't do amazingly. Like, they did well, but just not the same numbers as, like, X-Men 2. But...
There seems to be more hype this year.
Well, with
This
this one...
X-Men commercial on TV every 5 minutes.
Yeah, I mean, with this one, they're bringing Bryan Singer back to direct, and he did the first 2, and I mean, they got the cast of the original X-Men movies with the cast of the new one, so I hope it does well, and I hope it's good. It looks good, but I'm worried that it may fall into the same trap that Spider-Man 2 did, where there's just too much plot going on, too many subplots happening, and too many characters. So I think How to Train Your Dragon 2 is just I think it's gonna blow up. It's gonna blow up. And that was what, your number 2, Ryan? Or 3?
That's my number 3.
Yeah.
Number
I wonder
3.
how long it's been since kids made his number on.
Toy Story 3, I think. That
Really?
killed it.
Wow.
I think it was. I think
Killed,
Toy Story 3 was number 1
killed
that year.
everything.
Yeah. So, I don't know. We'll see.
No one had
Uh,
the new Step Up movie.
no.
That's my number 9.
A couple other ones that we didn't mention that I think could be contenders. Jupiter Ascending, the Wachowskis.
I was thinking about it.
Yeah, that could be. I mean,
But-
it's got the Channing Tatum drawl to it. Mila Kunis.
I thought you were just gonna say the Channing Tatum.
It's got the Channing Tatum. All right, there we go. From now on, we're just gonna
That's
call it
it.
the Channing Tatum.
The Channing Tatum. I like it. It's stuck.
I have no interest in it, but
No.
I don't know. Purge Anarchy. Usually, like last year, I remember got on the top 10. The Conjuring. The Conjuring made a shitload of money last year.
Yeah, but
I don't think anybody saw that coming.
A lot of people hated The Purge.
Yeah, but it made a shitload of money.
I know, but
A lot of people didn't like it.
yeah, exactly.
Plus the thing about the second Purge is that it looks like it's going to do what everybody wanted from the first one, where you actually get to see the Purge and not just the inside of Ethan Hawke's house. So, I don't know. I mean, I'm going to go see it. There's also another horror movie called Deliver Us from Evil that maybe could
No.
do it. No.
No.
Are there any other ones that I missed that are coming out that might be worth it?
Step Up, man.
Step Up. That's it. You're fucking watching it now.
That's
what you get. You're gonna watch Step Up.
The Step Up movies do generally make money, but I mean, we're talking to get on the top 10, you got to be making like what, 200 million just to make it.
Yeah. Come
You got to make so much money
on.
to get in the top 10.
Unbelievable.
I'm just kidding about that whole thing, by the
No,
way.
you're not. No, you're not. You're just trying to save face.
Oh my god, I would laugh.
I've never seen a Step Up movie.
Well,
I
we're
would
gonna
laugh
fucking change
so-
that.
I would laugh so hard if you
It came in at like 6.
if it made it on your list and it actually got on the top 10. It looks like the lowest number 10 movie last year was The Great Gatsby, and it made 144 million.
Wow.
So you got to, and last year it doesn't even look like it was that big of a summer. I can't even imagine that. Was it next summer or the following summer where like it's Star Wars and Batman and Superman come out? It's gonna be huge.
It's gonna be ridiculous.
Yeah. All right. Well, I think that'll wrap it up. So we're gonna come back here after Labor Day, tally up the results, and see who the big winner is. Ryan, thanks so much for coming back on the show.
I'm not doing shit.
What?
'Cause I know I'm not gonna be the big winner.
So you're not.
You could be the winner this year.
I just like how he's not going to, like, he's not gonna come back. He gave us his list and he's fucking done.
I like how we've somehow like made him angry. He's throwing his list on the ground. He's like, "Fuck this! I'm done. I'm not gonna participate."
I didn't even print this shit out. I already hit the delete key.
He already deleted the list. Oh, great.
Yes.
All right. Ryan, thanks for coming on the show.
Not a problem.
All right, let's go over some predictions. Last week, we predicted Neighbors. You said 80, I said 79, actual 74. Although it killed it at the box office. I'm going to go see it today. Chef, you said 78, I said 82, actual 87. People are loving Chef. I hate the term food porn. Like, that's what a lot of people are saying when they talk about Chef. They're like, oh, it's like, make sure you go on a full stomach because there's a lot of food porn in this movie. Like,
I don't think it's me and my wife are just talking about this because we're really upset by the fact that people have seemed to not understand what the word sexy means anymore. Because like they call everything sexy nowadays, and it's one of those things that really irritates the shit out of me.
I hate the term food porn. Just
That's another one that goes hand in hand with sexy.
sexy.
My phone is so sexy.
Oh, your phone is so
Really? Really?
sexy.
You want to fuck your phone? Really?
Oh God.
Unbelievable.
All right, next week we have Godzilla. That's the big one. That's the big one.
Godzilla.
What are you thinking on Godzilla?
I'm thinking 78.
I'm gonna say 76.
I have a feeling people are gonna bitch about the plot.
Yeah, I don't know. We'll see.
But come on, what the hell do you do with a giant lizard? Like, what kind of plot can you write that will make people go, "Oh shit, that was good"? It's a fucking giant lizard that's gonna destroy things.
I think it's one of those properties that has potential to like go very far either way. Like it could be a Roland Emmerich disaster, or it could be something really new and unique and
Yeah.
interesting.
I'm just saying, there's not a lot of like depth that you can get into with this movie. You can't like show Godzilla's background.
No,
Like
but
he was picked on in
no,
school,
but
and
you
that's
but you
he has
can.
anger issues now.
I think you can go more in depth than what's been done previously. Like I think that it is possible.
Well, definitely compared to Emmerich.
Yeah, but I mean, like, I think that Gareth Edwards could be able to do something like that. Like, focus more on the characters and how this, event is affecting them.
Yeah.
And
That way you actually care when things start to happen.
yeah. Also, next week we have Million Dollar Arm. That's the Disney one.
This is something that should have not been made into a movie. I'm getting tired of people seeing like true life things and be like, let's make it a movie.
Let's
Let's
do it.
do it.
Let's do it.
Let's talk about how they ran a contest for people from India can be baseball players in the minor leagues. It's not interesting.
Awesome. I'm gonna say 60. I don't know.
I'm gonna say 42.
Yeah, move. Well, I'll leave
No,
it.
you're
I
stuck.
know I'm screwed.
You're stuck.
Completely screwed on that one. Also in limited release we have The Immigrant. I don't
I
know.
want to see that.
I don't.
Let's see that.
I'm not interested. Wolf Creek 2, which is on demand right now, so you can check that out. Not very good. A Night in Old Mexico, which I actually had a little bit of a interest in. That's the one with Robert Duvall
Okay.
and Don Peyote, which I don't recommend.
Mm. Okay.
Next week on DVD and Blu-ray. Also, I had a couple people email me about the video on demand, why we're not doing that anymore. The reason I'm not doing it is because I can't find a definitive release calendar. So, like, if I want to do the video on demand releases, I have to look at like 5 different websites. And it's just too inconsistent. So, if anybody knows of a comprehensive like release calendar for these video on demand releases, let me know. And I don't mean just everything that's coming out on demand, but the ones that are day and date and pre-theatrical. Because I'm looking for a source here. Because I would like to bring that back, but I'm gonna be
Wait,
looking into that.
you got to be that
I
source.
know. I think I do, and I'm gonna talk to you about that for something on the site off the air.
All
But
right. Okay.
DVD and Blu-ray, we
Secrets.
have Goodbye World, which I don't know too much about
Yeah,
that.
let's go with that.
I don't know.
Never heard of
It's a
that.
post-apocalyptic thing, I
Oh
believe.
God, it's probably found footage. It's found footage.
No, it's not found footage.
Darn it.
Her, definitely recommend that if you haven't seen it yet.
Yeah. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I Frankenstein,
I Frankenstein.
you
Oh
know what that one is.
God.
Yeah, Is the Man Who Is
Ah.
Tall Happy? That's the Michelle Gondry one with Noam Chomsky.
Do they answer that question?
I don't know. You saw it.
I did not see it.
Oh, what? I,
No, I
s-
didn't see it. I have it, but I haven't seen it.
I thought you watched that.
Oh,
Huh.
I do
Interesting.
want to watch it, but
Yeah, I don't. I lost interest. I had interest, then I lost it. Special ID. I don't know anything about that. Looks like a generic actioner. And Stalingrad, which
mm,
I don't know too much about that one either. I do remember seeing a trailer way back.
hmm,
Yeah, so really weak. Really weak.
yeah. Pretty much all you got is her.
Yeah.
And you have one criterion. and that's Stuart Cooper's Overlord from 1975.
Overlord.
Overlord, where apparently he seamlessly interweaves archival war footage with a fictional narrative. Talks about one 20-year-old's goes from basic training to the front lines of D-Day.
Hmm.
That actually sounds pretty good. But that's been out before on Criterion. It's just getting a re-release on Blu-ray. Plus, it'll be on Hulu Plus if you have that.
Yep. So I guess that should. I don't know.
No, that's it. That's all you got. No, you're done.
Yeah.
We're done.
All right.
We can talk. We can talk about secrets now.
Secrets. For all the latest film news and reviews, visit us at filmpulse.net. Send us your questions to podcast@filmpulse.net. We'll be sure to answer them on the show. Follow us on Twitter @filmpulse.net and be sure to rate us on iTunes. We appreciate that very much. For filmpulse.net, my name is Adam.
And I'm Kevin.
And we'll see you on Thursday for Ryan Watches a Movie. I think it's domestic.
Well, either way,
Either way, it doesn't matter.
I gotta take off Legend of the Goat Man.
Legend of the Goat.
Damn it.
Oh, God.
Damn it.
All right.
I had that at my number 3.